So I also have Shay on the call as well. He's the CEO and founder of our company.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for being here.
I guess it looks like we're live streaming on Facebook and YouTube.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So I also have Shay on the call as well. He's the CEO.
Okay.
Oh, that was just from that.
That was before, right? Yeah. I'm
Okay.
like,
Alrighty.
Ready to get going?
ready to go. Yeah.
All
Are we
right.
ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Hello everyone. So I'm Ronald Umbre. I'm the operations manager for Daily Adventure.
Oh, we're actually going to do a little quick intro and then we'll pass it over to
Oh, all right. My bad. Go ahead.
you. You're all good.
Enthusiasm's good.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, everyone. Thank you guys so much for coming out to 1 Million Cups Chico today. We're just going to give a quick overview of the history of 1 Million Cups, our feature presentation, and then a Q&A session and some closing statements. So 1 Million Cups is brought to us by the Kauffman Foundation. The Kauffman Foundation works with communities in entrepreneurship and education to increase opportunities that allow all people to learn, take risks, and own their successes. 1 Million Cups is a free weekly program that educates, engages, and connects local entrepreneurs. And their mission is to lower the barrier of access to education, resources, and connection for all types of new and aspiring entrepreneurs throughout the US. So they started really small in 2012 in Kansas City, and now they have over 160 communities, all with about 1 to 2 presentations a week, with a 6-minute presentation, a 15-minute Q&A, and we are here every Wednesday at 9 a.m. on Zoom and at Stumble Coffee. If you'd like to join our community, feel free to follow our chapter on the 1 Million Cups platform, 1millioncups.com/Chico. And today we have Ronnie from Daily Adventure Box. So we are going to pass it over to you and you can get started.
All righty. Let me go ahead and share my screen.
Yes, please.
Alrighty. Hello, everyone. I'm Ronald Umbre. I'm the operations manager for Daily Adventure Box. A little introduction of our company. Maybe. Hold on, it's freezing. Little introduction of our company. Daily Adventure Box is the world's first self-automated rental locker for outdoor recreational equipment. Our team as of right now consists of Shay Putnam. He is the CEO and founder of our company. Myself, Ronald Umbre, is the operations manager. We have Jan Roos, who's our legal advisor, and Cameron Law, who's our business advisor. We don't have a picture with him yet because we sent him the wrong size company shirt, so we'll get that up soon. A problem that we're seeing in the rental industry is it's a segregated market. It's limited access to location. It has an inconvenient rental process. Most places are not environmental friendly and can be quite expensive. Our solution to fix this problem is we created a connected market. We provide convenient locations. We're almost 100% eco-friendly. We offer affordable prices, and we also offer annual revenue for all business partners that want to partner with us. Our storyline consists of, in 2019, it came up with the idea of a drawing. Started our first prototype in March of 2019. Did our first showcase of our kayak and paddleboard locker in March. In March of 2022, we did our first ski bike locker. And in March 2022, we also started doing our app development. Here's this little slight preview of the app that we will be working with. It's still in a working progress right now, so we have not officially launched our app. Our major market would be targeted towards tourism, specifically targeted toward recreational tourism. The United States has over 5,000 recreational shops, 660,000 Airbnb locations, over 1,000 beachfront hotels, and 470 ski resorts. In Florida alone, Pensacola, where our first operations is, they have over 200 million visitors with over 700 million visiting spending capital. We're installing a skimboard and bodyboard rental locker with 6 rentals. By 2023, we'll have over 20 locations with 36 skimboards and bodyboard rentals and 8 beach carts, and more to come. By 2024 and 2025, we will be installing Airbnbs, rental shops, and ski resorts. There's over 5,000 rental lockers to be installed. 100% recycled materials for all rental lockers. And we'll be reducing our manufacturing costs and improving our production line. Our current competition is we don't have much competition as of right now, but the closest competition we have is Paddle. They're also located here in Florida, but they only offer paddleboard rentals, and they are app driven, but it's extremely expensive, and it's not really a locker system. It's kind of like a PVC pipe structure. Our current equipment is we offer a ski bike locker, skimboard and bodyboard locker, a paddleboard and kayak locker, and a beach cart locker. We'll also be installing full face snorkels for beachfront places. Our recurring expenses as of right now is we have staffing, which is very minimum, maintenance on the lockers, insurance, software development, and equipment replacement if stolen or lost. As of right now, we have over 20 LOIs and contracts signed. We are looking for more connections and advisors to continue expanding throughout the United States. And that is it for my presentation. Thank you.
Great presentation. Do you have any questions for Ronnie?
You mentioned the beach stuff. What about the ski? Like, how are you guys, how much have you targeted? Well, in our area, I'll say Lake Tahoe, right? Because that's near us.
Yeah, so like we would be like targeting for like kayaks and paddle boards would be like our main stuff towards Tahoe, and also like the ski bike. So our goal is like with South Lake Tahoe is actually where the where Shay's idea originated was actually from South Lake Tahoe when he went to go rent a ski bike. So we want to start implementing like ski bike rental lockers at the resort itself so that people have a more convenient way of renting it instead of going to like a rental shop.
So just to be clear,
Yeah.
you guys are providing the lockers, not the equipment. So you're providing their locker for, say, Heavenly, and then they're putting.
Yeah, so we
yeah.
provide the locker and the equipment inside. So,
Okay.
So we install the locker at properties, and then we also supply all the equipment that we offer.
Okay.
Will it be serviced by you or by the
hotel.
hotel or whatever? Yeah.
What was your question?
Will the equipment be serviced by you or by them?
Yeah, so to be serviced by us, so when we install, we're gonna be installing all of our lockers at properties. We install for free, we maintenance for free, and then we give for allowing the property to have our lockers on there, we give them a small revenue percentage, like as like our rent, but we're not really paying rent. So each time a sale is made or a rental is made, they will get a small percentage of revenue from that sale. But we maintenance everything.
So could someone essentially just walk up to the locker and sign up to get whatever was in the locker? Or do they have to do something beforehand?
Yeah, so as of right now, what we're trying to do is we're actually integrating a QR code that's going to be installed on the locker where they can scan the QR code, and it'll take them directly to our app where they will do a small like profile and sign our terms and condition and also payment plan, and they can unlock and lock the locker through a touch of their phone.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
How do you track if it's not returned?
So that's we actually have it in part of the app in the return process is they actually, one of the requirements, they have to take a picture of the equipment inside the locker before it even continue the checkout process.
Okay. I was just telling these guys before, we were just in Waikiki in October, and it's not just Waikiki, but it seemed to be more apparent this time. I don't know why, but you have the family that doesn't want to rent the $40 a day umbrella or chairs, right?
Yeah.
I know this isn't paddleboards and stuff, but adding on to what you're doing. And so you see like the bartering going on, like,
Yeah.
oh, did you just get here? Because we're leaving tomorrow and we have 4 chairs that we don't know what to do with because we bought them at Target because we didn't want to rent, $40 a day. We just bought them for the whole week. Now we don't know what to do with them. So actually it's kind of ironic. My husband has been Starbucks forever and can do apps and stuff. And so he's like, God, I should create an app that, you go in and you rent or, you have a locker and you put the chairs in the locker, then the next person can take it, whether you pay them through Venmo or it's just
Like
bartering or
locker of sorts.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how the hotels can feel about that because they are, they have the rental and they have the lounge chairs, but you don't want that. You've got kids, you can't sit on the lounge chair anyway, but you want to sit. So anyway, just a thought, like, it just seems to be like a huge thing and you can see it happening all along the beach. Like, oh, do you guys?
Yeah,
want-
absolutely.
you know? Yeah.
It's not a bad idea. Yeah, we're also starting to aim towards like we're getting a lot of interest from Airbnb property owners. So we're actually talking to our manufacturing company and engineering team that we actually want to start using this company called Oceans Cleanup, where they collect all the plastic from the barge and they turn it into like little pellets of plastic. And we want to make lockers out of like 3D print those lockers. So that
Nice.
like as is like an Airbnb property, if a locker is installed like maybe in their backyard or their garage, it doesn't need to be made out of like stainless steel or aluminum because it's already like secured by through Airbnb. So if we can make it out of like recycled plastic, one, it helps the environment, and two, it also creates a revenue stream that's going to be passive income for the Airbnb owners.
Yeah. Timeshares.
Yeah, timeshares too. That would be a good one.
I had a question about
Absolutely.
the eco-friendliness of your company. So you said that, I know you just spoke about like the storage lockers being
Yeah.
possibly eco-friendly, but are the actual boards gonna be made of like recycled materials and stuff like that?
As of right now, no, we're just buying like top brand stuff right there. But we do want to start working with companies to start making our equipment that we rent to be eco-friendly as well. So like right now, all of our lockers are pretty much made out of almost all recycled aluminum and plastic.
Great. Where are they made?
Our manufacturing company is in North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw you don't have a marketing person on staff yet. Who is handling that for you guys right now? And what does that look like for the future and growing the staff? And you talked about that you guys would be handling the lockers.
Yeah.
As it hopefully grows. That seems like a lot to manage. Like, how are you going to do that it almost seems
Yeah,
like
we're
pay the hotel
we're starting
to
to implement a team to start for hiring process, all that stuff. And then I think this would be a good question for Shay to answer.
Yeah, I'm on. Sorry, I just got a sale. But the way it works, so the way it works is what we're gonna do is we're kind of gonna set it up similar to like how Airbnb properties like manage their properties, and they like contract work orders and like cleaning staff to each location after someone booked their Airbnb property. But the way ours is going to work is going to be more on like a time-based schedule and a like rotation base or like a work order base. So once a week, we'll have someone go and clean the lockers, make sure the equipment's good. And then if work orders are submitted through like our help button, if damaged equipment, stolen equipment, lost, anything like that, then we'll have someone in a general area, like a zip coded area, to go service that locker on a work order basis and get kind of paid for that work order. So not necessarily on salary or like on our payroll per se, but like on a work order basis for that individual, like handling the equipment. For installation and stuff like that, I already have 2 people that are in my family that are retired, soon to be retired, that are actually going to pick up, deliver, and install completely for free. They're going to be on full pension from the federal government. So for the next like 5-10 years, they agreed to be our installation team and help reduce that staffing cost, even in that way, which is kind of a miracle.
That's nice.
There you go.
Wow. So are you other than that, free labor? Are you getting other kind of funding or investment, or looking for funding or investment?
Yeah, so always looking for investment, especially like with how things are going right now. At this location, we're already at $600 in sales in 4 days, which is kind of, it just proves like the theory that I had with just this automated system. And we don't have to pay utilities or rent or like limited staffing costs because we're not paying someone per property. And with the contracts that we have, the whole business model that we have to spread across the nation is installing the lockers for free. And then so the businesses don't really have to pay for it. For bigger name hotels like Innisfree and Holiday Inn and Vail and stuff like that, they have the capital to put into the lockers. So if they want to, they can pay for it. And what we'll do in that realm is we'll give them a 70% revenue share. We'll take 30% until they get their money back for the lockers that they put in. And then it'll switch to like 80-20 or 70-30, 70 going to us. But for now, the investment capital that we're going to need and continue needing is to supply the lockers. So for industry, We have 13 locations that we need to supply, not only with skimboards and bodyboards that they already want, but they also want beach carts, they want kayaks and paddle boards, they want beach chairs and umbrellas, which we're designing beach chairs and umbrellas to go right outside of their, like on their pool deck, so people can carry those chairs and umbrellas to the beach and like provide an alternative and really quick. Like I don't know if Ronnie explained this, but we're kind of, if you look at Paddle's app is kind of confusing, really expensive, and it's kind of a similar business model of an automated locker, but they're kind of being greedy with it because of their high manufacturing costs and like their development costs. Our lockers are super affordable, made out of aluminum, and our overhead for those lockers is very minimal now for the staffing costs that we have, or for the material costs, cutting down on the material. And we don't have to pay for solar panels or a brain or anything. It's all internally on one lock. So our app is going to be a simple one-tap payment, kind of utilizing how Amazon grew so fast and figured out the problem of people deciding if they want to pay for something and then actually paying for it, shortening that gap with that one tap payment. That's what our lockers are going to do. Once the customer signs the terms and conditions, they only have to sign that once. And then after that, they scan the QR code for any of our equipment throughout the United States. It goes to that specific equipment and that cubby directly to payment, and then they're done. Then they can unlock that locker. Yeah.
So it's plugged in the wall then, it's not on solar panels, is that what you're saying?
No, it doesn't need any plug or anything like that. It's ran off of 2 lithium 123 batteries, and it's all Bluetooth connected. So the way, and we only have to replace those batteries once every year. And the way it works is the reason why we don't need any external power or solar panels or anything like that, and only have to replace that battery once a year, is the lock is only functioning and only powered using that battery power once the customer presses the unlock button on their phone. The Bluetooth goes to that lock, communicates to that lock. The lock then uses the customer's cellular data on their phone, connects to the servers for our smart lock, and then confirms that that customer has that payment confirmed through all cellular data using the individual phone.
Okay. So you don't need internet, you're using the customer's internet then?
Exactly.
And then in terms of payment, what is that price range looking like in terms of, do you do it by the hour, by the day, by the equipment piece? How do you determine the price?
Good question.
Yeah. So I'm calling it the Costco approach, and it's kind of what I'm like, my whole goal as we expand is to do a half day and a full day, same price for everything that we rent other than winter sports. So like winter sports and summer sports will be different prices, but it's going to be the same overall. So for our summer related sports, or like kayaks, paddleboards, surfboards, bodyboards, and anything that's summer related, there'll be a $25 half day and a $45 full day, no matter what you're renting. So when you think about a daily venture box, you know exactly what you're paying. And it's been proven that that works with multiple businesses like Costco, In-N-Out. If you have that relationship with the customer, like, yeah, $25 for a half day for a kayak is cheap. But since we're not having to meet rent, utilities, and high staffing costs and high like maintenance costs, since we're using durable equipment that doesn't have any moving parts, we can do that, because once the locker itself is paid off and cash flow positive, it's a domino effect. So that locker can fall into another locker and help that pay off that locker faster. And the more that we pay off, the more money that we're going to make. And we don't have that many overhead expenses. Like app development is going to be one of them, because we can continuously make the app better and integrate like weather RFID tagging and make the app like amazing. But we don't necessarily need to. What we're finding out at Holiday Inn in the few days that we've been here is that customers just want a grab and go experience. They don't want to really think about it, and they just want to use the equipment for a few hours and then return it. So we're also exploring hourly. Contacting North Carolina at 8 state parks wants to do hourly. So that is definitely an option, easy to integrate into the app, and we're probably going to do that. But again, in a cheaper than anyone else in that area, what they're doing.
Mhm.
If that answers the question. Sorry if I'm like long at answering questions. I'm pretty like passionate.
I was just thinking, is it hard to like figure out how much equipment to have at the hotel? And I guess it depends how many rooms they have and the property size and
Yeah.
No,
Like, keep
actually,
track of all that.
so
Money
no,
out.
so there's not a lot of thought that goes into that because of I don't know why, like, but what I'm doing is we install a limited amount of equipment per location, no matter what. I don't care if the place is humongous, like Whistler, Canada. We'll install 5 ski bikes and see how often those pieces of equipment are rented, see what the customers think about it. Then if they want more, that location wants more, then they contact us from the lockers. That allows us to expand in a rapid rate using less capital, needing to raise less capital, and allows us to be in more locations and have more equipment rented more often. Because if you have, if you do the typical rental shop thing and buy like 100 kayaks at one location and you only do that to meet the busy season or a busy week where everything's rented out, but then 75% of the year your equipment's not being used. That's just sitting there. And I don't like that business model. I'd rather have 3 skimboard and bodyboard lockers at a hotel, have them rented out every single day, and then have the hotel contact us and be like, hey, we really need more. Like people keep asking us, but they're booked out.
The demand is going up. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Seems like you would hit those properties that are year round first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
Luckily here in Pensacola, it's summer like 90% of the time.
Right.
I guess one of the last questions I had was that beach card idea is really cool. Could you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, definitely. So the beach card idea is kind of it's kind of interesting and unique because of the different kind of beach cards that you offer or like people offer. And you can do like motorized, you can do not motorized, and they're kind of expensive to buy, but the locker itself is extremely cheap to manufacture, and we can stack the 2 lockers because we only made the locker as tall as the beach cart, and the handle that you pull the beach cart sticks outside of the locker because we're not really worried about theft or vandalism that much. And if it becomes a problem at a certain location, we uninstall a locker or we just figure out a solution for that problem, for that property. For the beach cart specifically, the plan for that one is to go to cities, parks, and municipalities and actually get approval to install the beach carts at beach entrances and parking lots. So when people are getting out of their car, they see a beach cart is there, and then they can use it for very cheap, $25 for the half day or whatever. Or we can do by use if we wanted to. The flexibility of the business model and like the way that we can do the app is actually kind of insane. So that's kind of like the goal for the beach carts. We can do it at hotels, in front of hotels, and basically anywhere. The fact that we don't need power, we don't need solar, we can put it in overhead, we can put it on the beach itself. Like it doesn't rust that bad. There's this one hasn't even shown signs of rust at all. I don't think we're gonna have a problem with that.
Yeah, I think those will be a hit. I haven't seen something like that, and people definitely need something on beaches. That's the one thing they don't think about is, a cart. So
Exactly.
Sorry, go ahead, Shay.
Yeah, and a unique thing that we're doing too, and we haven't ran it by that many people, and I just want to bring it up right now, is we're not going to have the same brand of equipment in everything that we do. What I'm kind of going to do, and I think it's going to be a unique characteristic of the business, is we're installing different brands and different types of equipment in all of our lockers. So you're not getting the same skimboard brand and same skimboard every time that you rent from our lockers. You're getting different brands, you're getting different things. You don't know what you're going to get, but when you get it, you're gonna be like, oh my God, this one's really cool. And then once we start getting extreme cash flow, there's a unique thing that I'm going to do is the golden locker that we're going to use as a super publicity or like social media impact where we install golden lockers every once in a while. We don't disclose the location. It's kind of like an Easter egg, but in that locker is just something unheard of, like a carbon fiber paddleboard or a carbon fiber kayak, a big fishing kayak that has a motor on it, and stuff like that. Give a really unique play to the industry.
I like that. It's cool.
Very cool.
That's cool.
Cool.
Are you guys on, so have you thought of trying to get some sort of brand ambassador, like a paddleboard company or?
Yeah. So we're willing to partner, like, join, like, or have any company like work a deal with us for sponsoring their equipment or whatever they do. Branding on the locker itself, we can do that. And a big goal of ours is like to support local businesses and local like artists. So when we install our lockers, the sides of the lockers are basically like a blank canvas. So what we're doing with this locker here at Holiday Inn, we're actually reaching out to a local artist to design a mural on it.
That's awesome.
Love that.
Yeah. The same thing with the equipment. Like any equipment company that just, even if it's a new equipment company that just started that has like a unique style of kayak that they just want to like get out there, show people what it is, we'll put it in our locker. We can advertise it and help them out.
Is there any liability risk if someone gets hurt on one of your rentals?
Yeah, there always is. Just like any like tourism sport business, but with our contract terms and condition waiver, like you're basically kind of signing your life away, just like you are when you go to a ski resort. You assume all risk. The only time that it would be necessarily on us is if the equipment's not properly maintained and like it breaks in half and like jabs someone in the leg or something like that. If it's blatantly our fault, then yeah, like it's going to happen. But that's on us and to properly maintain the equipment and then gather that statistic on how often we need a maintenance check on the lockers, and also encouraging the customers in the rental check-in process to like, hey, like we have 3 bulleted points that the customer has to select or like click like checkbox in order for them to return the rental, and that is the locker locked, is the equipment in good condition, and is it clean and like ready for like continued use. And I think that people, especially in like the outdoor recreation space, like no one's here to screw anyone over per se. They're here to have fun. They're here to enjoy what they're doing, and a lot of people are respectful. I haven't ran into that many people that aren't. So as the business grows and people understand what we're doing and kind of how we're helping the industry in almost all areas, I think that they'll really like appreciate it, and we can kind of use data and statistics on what people are saying to like make the locker safer and equipment safer.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, I feel like once just for, Holiday Inn, once the Holiday Inn has it, then Holiday Inn corporate, it runs through the wires, and then, it could just take off through
Exactly.
locations.
Thousands.
In a roll,
Yeah.
But that's one of the problems of like getting investments and stuff like that. It's like we're going to continuously need more and more money. So like handling equity and figuring that out. Like we have our third party contract writer, Hanson and Bridget, who like handles all of our equity deals and stuff like that. But yeah, right now we were raising $750,000. We thought we raised it. And then 2 of the investors that literally agreed, one was going to put in 300, one was going to put in 350,000. Something happened with internally on their business that they were going through, and they had to back out and only put in 200. So we still need around, we've raised half of the 750. So,
Sweet.
Are you guys on TikTok?
I'm working that angle. I have a marketing person, but we're trying to get better on social media. This is our first location, so we're going to use this to kind of jump into all the social media platforms.
Sure.
I think the idea, because I wasn't even fully aware of what a ski bike was. So, TikToks or things like that just showing what it
Yeah.
is and then showcasing your lockers as well would be a great
You
idea.
can get this out.
Oh, exactly.
For sure.
Have you guys thought of just another long-term, not even idea, just have you guys thought of maybe expanding to like national parks?
Yeah.
Having like, hiking equipment for somebody who, like me who's never hiked before.
Yeah.
Just equipment for people
That's
like
a good
that.
idea.
Or,
Yeah, there's one of our ideas is installing like kind of like empty lockers and then doing like for travel, people that rock climb, people that just like go around and don't want to like carry their equipment and their luggage, or they want to like book different tours. Our lockers can be placed at like hotels and like even rural areas, and daily Venture Box staff member or someone who's just contracted with us, like a tour guide, can go in and put in all of their purchased equipment that they needed for their backpacking trip.
Yeah. Nice.
And of course, there's lakes.
All righty, let's do it.
Yeah,
Awesome idea, you guys.
yeah.
It's
Thank you.
gonna fly.
Yeah, so for our final question that we have for you, what can we here at 1 Million Cups Chico do for you guys?
So as of right now, we're like really wanting to have more connections to help us expand. And we're also looking for business advisors to help us better ourselves internally and expand as well. So.
Definitely.
Gotcha.
Okay, great. We will keep that in mind. For sure. Thank you guys so much. We're just gonna do
Yeah,
some
thank
quick-
you.
Awesome.
Have a great one.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm Chanel Hamilton, your host, organizer, and Eva is our chapter lead. And we just want to thank our community sponsors, Chico Start, Grow Tech, Global Entrepreneurship Network, T-Bar, Build.com, Startup Grind, Explore Butte County, and of course, Stovall Coffee. Just some upcoming events that we have going on. There is a Chico Start / Grow Tech Fest hang on June 8th at LaSalle's. And we have our Butte
Yay.
College Create Space
What
Tour
is that?
Oh, sorry.
June 15th.
on June
Okay.
15th. There
All
we
right,
go.
didn't say on there.
Yeah, for sure.
You have failed to put the date on
We
this.
will be here next Wednesday at 9 a.m. on Zoom and of course at Stovall Coffee with Due Tells. And if you're interested in signing up for our newsletter, feel free to scan that QR code. Thank you again, and we hope you have a good day.
Thanks, Ronnie.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you guys. Have a good week.